There she
Hi.
is. How are
Hi.
you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. You look so pretty.
Thanks.
There's just a little bit of a lag on our audio. Are we coming through okay for you?
You are. I can hop off Wi-Fi if that's helpful.
Hmm?
I'm not getting no light on my side.
No lag over there. Okay, let's keep it how it is then, and
Okay.
we'll work with it. Thank you. Thank you for being with us
I'm
tonight.
so happy to be here. Thank you for
Me too.
having me. Yeah.
Absolutely. So I'll take a quick moment before I do a proper introduction for you to let anyone who is watching from the comfort of their own home know that Jason, my husband over here, can see people coming in and out of the room, but he doesn't know who's here unless you use that comment bar and say hello to us. Let us know that you're here. Don't be shy to chime in, ask questions. Mariah is obviously a wealth of knowledge, and we're just here to have fun and have a conversation, and please feel free to be a part of that. So with all that said, not only can he not see who is here, but Mariah and I can't see your comments. So he will wait for an opportunity to sort of interject as people are coming in, and the message will get to us. If we don't respond to you immediately, it's because we don't see it. It's coming to us through him. So let's do the thing. Mariah's here.
Yeah.
Maria Baer, great name for your company, the Baer Minimalist.
Yep.
I think before we dive into the amazingness of your organization, I think it would be really fun for us to share our personal story because it's darn cute.
It
Um,
is.
so, about, I don't know, like 3 or 4 months ago, I had the nicest couple in the store and they shopped, we chatted, and over the course of our conversation, they said to me repeatedly, "Gosh, you would really like our daughter Mariah. She's a business person. She's got similar interests and similar values, and we just know you guys would really like each other. You should reach out to her. Just her name is Maria Baer. Look her up. Reach out." And I said I would do it, and when I make a promise to somebody's mother, I keep it. So I emailed you, Mariah, and was like, "Hi, random email, but I met your parents, and they said that we should be friends, and so I'm taking them on their word that you are my people, and thought I'd say hi." So
Yes.
Mariah and I chat just a little bit. It's very lighthearted and fun, and then she has the aha moment.
Yeah. So I was like, gosh, you look so familiar to me. And rewind 15 years ago, you used to own a different type of store. You had a beautiful lingerie store in Carmel. And I had like a part of my bachelorette party there.
Yeah,
And it was so much fun. And so it just kind of all came full circle. And then we had the opportunity to, unbeknownst to either one of us, join a mutual networking group that has been just a lovely additional connector for us. And so it's Indy is such a cool small town, really, when you think about it. And there's always just some way that you're connected to just about everyone. So,
absolutely. I'm a big believer in kindness no matter what, but I think it's particularly important in a community as small as this one. You find
right.
people because you definitely know someone who knows that person. There's
Yeah,
just no doubt.
exactly.
But yeah, it was just like my heart absolutely exploded when you illuminated for me the fact that we had a bachelorette party at my store, and then I remembered all of our mutual friends and how much fun we had and what a beautiful bride to be you were, and it was an honor then, and it's an honor now. I'm so happy you're here with us. Thank you.
Yes, I am so happy to be here tonight.
So let's dive in by. I'd like to know. So for those of you who don't know, the Bare Minimalist is Mariah is a home organizer. So she can tackle any room or multiple rooms in your house. Probably most common, I'm thinking, are closets, basements, garages, places that tend to collect clutter.
Mhm.
So there's a lot to it, and there's many, many ways that our businesses sort of overlap. But I'd like to know a little about how you came to this path. It's a pretty specialized area.
Yeah, so I have always loved organizing since I was a little kid. I was always like, I want matching hangers for Christmas and I want my room to look just so. And I actually started college majoring in television broadcasting. And I really thought I would end up being a news anchor, but life had a little bit of a different path. I studied abroad my junior year of college. I'm from Minnesota originally, and I went to the University of North Dakota, but I studied abroad in New Zealand. I'd never even seen the ocean before, but I just felt like I needed to do something a little bit different to challenge myself. And I ended up pretty quickly meeting a wonderful man there, who was really a boy at the time. We were both 20, but he happened to be from Indiana. And so we started dating, did long distance our senior year of college, and then I moved here to Indianapolis. And so the idea of becoming a news anchor kind of took a little bit of a backseat, and I ended up getting into really meeting planning for a company that supported the pharmaceutical industry. So we did a lot of logistic planning for large meetings all across the country. And very different than what I'm doing now. And yet, so much of it really applies to what I'm doing, which is, you've got this big thing that needs to happen, and you have to just figure out all the little pieces that go into place to make the end project a success. So I worked there for a number of years, and then I worked in sales in the tech world for a long time, about 10 years in sales. And my last opportunity was sales director for a startup company. And I had always had the idea of owning my own organizing business kind of in the back of my head. Truly, I thought there is such a need for this, but I don't know anything about owning a business. And so it was working for that startup where I was on a call with the CEO and the CMO, and we were selling a tech platform. But because it was a startup, that platform didn't exist yet. And so I heard them saying, like, of course we can do that. That's a fabulous idea. We're going to build that into the user interface. And then we would get off the phone and they would say, okay, team, got to figure it out. Like, this is what we just said we could do. And so it was just this aha moment for me at that moment that you don't have to know everything there is about running a business to start a business. And if you have that grit and determination and you're honest with people, I mean, there are certainly times when I tell clients, even still, we have never done a project of this size, but we're going to do our best. And I mean, I will go many sleepless nights to make sure it's perfect for you. And then, it's like you kind of put yourself out on the line, but it ends up just being so beneficial because every day I get to do something that I love so much. So I started the company 7 years ago, and it's certainly grown in size. I worked by myself for a number of years, but now I have 6 organizers that work with me. We run 2 jobs most every day of the week, and then we all come together to do really large scale moves, which is pretty busy during the spring and summer, doing those types of jobs.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. So, what's kind of like a general overview of what somebody could expect if they chose to reach out to you for help within their home? Like, can you give me like the scope of what sort of projects you prefer to tackle and how long something might take? Like, what's kind of an overview?
Yeah, so our business model is really, we want to work directly with the homeowner to understand how they function in a space. Now, sometimes that means a homeowner is only able to give us 15 minutes. In other cases, it means the homeowner is working alongside of us every minute that we're in their home. And I like it both ways, but I do feel like the more involved a client is, the more unique that system can be and the more tailored it can be to their needs inside of their home. But let's take a closet, for instance, since your shop is all about clothing. So if somebody reaches out to us wanting to organize their closet, in fact, we did this type of job earlier today. She recently moved into her home. She knew that there were other projects that were a bigger priority than gutting the closet, but it was a builder grade closet with wire shelving in there, and it just wasn't functioning for her. Her stuff was all in totes because they had moved from a smaller home. And so she used to do that seasonal swap, bringing things down to the basement. Now there was space, but it just, the blueprint of the space just was really not very well thought out. And so she came to us and she said, I need a Band-Aid solution because ultimately I will do some sort of renovation of this closet. But I want it to be a space that I can come into, I can get dressed, I'm happy to be in here. And so what that looks like is us coming in, our first opportunity to be inside of our client's home. We don't bring any product. Um, there's, the organizing companies kind of go either one way or the other. They might have a warehouse or a vehicle filled with product where they are able to come and get a job done in one day. We do things a little bit different. So we like to work inside of our client's home without products, but really editing the space first. So we know, okay, these are the items that you're hanging on to. This is the best space within your home for those to be stored. We take all donations off site, and we have a really incredible donation guide that I think we'll touch on a little bit later, where we will get things parsed out to the right organizations around the city. And then we plan for product, because I always tell people the more editing you do, the more thoughtful you are about your space, sometimes the less product we need, which either means we can spend less or we can just buy like more fun, more quality, higher end things, to make your closet look fabulous when it comes to the organizing products that we're using. So we generally have kind of a 2-session model to tackle any space within the home.
I love that. You touched on several things that lit me up, but two in particular, you'd mentioned the importance of the people you're working with, being really intentional about the space and the things that they're choosing to put in them. And that's a conversation we've had, pardon me, previously, where I think we are very strongly aligned on
Mhm.
consumerism in
Yeah,
general. And it's a fun conversation and a big rabbit hole to dive down, because
for sure.
everything around us says don't do that. All of the media says, you find the pair of shoes you like, you buy it in every single color. You find something really cheap, you buy one of everyone. That we're constantly being pressured to get more, 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 more. And then inevitably we end up in a situation where, gosh, we have so much, nothing is really fluid, nothing makes a lot of sense. And we've got to contact Mariah and
Yeah.
say, can you help me make this a capsule, make it work, make it make
Yeah.
sense, make it fluid, make the blueprint work. Um, the other thing that you said that was like alarms were going off, you'd spoken about your mission to get the products that people wanted off site and out of their home to the right place. Can you dig into that a little bit deeper?
Yeah, so I actually have a visual for you. So this is our donation guide. This is packaged very cutely. It also has a measuring stick on it, and maybe we can get some of them at your store for customers. But also we have it on our website. It's a nice PDF that can be printed off. So I just, there's a lot of different ways that you can discard items that you no longer need. But I think it's so interesting to have a better understanding of all the organizations in your city who are craving those donations and have specific people with specific needs where they can get that into their hands really quickly. So with clothing, Dress for Success is a really great example. Empowering women to look their best when they go interview for a new job as they're re-entering the workforce or trying to level up within the workforce. And so with the pandemic, I feel like there's a lot of clients, Dress for Success is specific to females, but a lot of clients where we are no longer going into an office, or maybe we do go in a couple days a week, but it's so very casual now. And so to have all of those suits or all of that business professional clothing, we don't really need it anymore. And so rather than just, let it, like, first of all, just keeping it in your closet, that's one thing. If you don't need it anymore, why don't you, I just think, like, why not bless someone else who maybe doesn't have the means to purchase something like that on their own. um, and so we will take those items and get them directly to Dress for Success. um, Thrifty Threads is another wonderful space to donate items. You've got a really cool program that I know we're going to touch on in a little bit, Renew. So there's a lot of different ways, whether someone's looking to donate or maybe recoup a little bit of money, where that editing process, there's like another step that has to happen after the great edit. Um, and then certainly there is clothing that maybe is destined for a landfill. Like it does have holes in it and it can't really be repurposed or donated. And there are donation bins. H&M has them in their stores where you can actually just drop your textile recycling. Better for 4 days also has a textile recycling program. And so there's some nice opportunities like that too.
Absolutely. I love it. Your contributions, not only to circular fashion, but in general. I know that closets aren't the only thing you do. So your ability to get a piece of furniture into the hands of someone else who might be able to, repurpose it or reuse it or refurbish it, or clothing that maybe, can be donated to these places where people are in need. The fact that you've got all of these facilities in place is so useful and so helpful. And I think speaks to the general um, goodness of um, your organizing abilities, that you have not only organized the space but organized what to do with the things after they're gone. Like you are one of those people that knows and can compartmentalize and keep track of all the different things. I envision your brain as like a flow chart. It's this, then this, and then this, and then this, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
As it relates specifically to clothes, is the way that you and I have discovered that we are able to partner.
Yeah.
I think that, I think we would have found a fast friendship either way and been able to cross promote one another, but to be able to do it in a way that is meaningful and tangible, I'm very excited about. And, it, you know, I was debating, maybe not. I was going to talk a little bit about uh, our planned giveaway, but I think I'm going to wait on that. We'll just plant the little seed that that's coming.
Yeah.
But the way that we are able to unify when it comes to circular fashion is something that we don't talk about a ton in the store, but we actually have. There's a 3-tiered approach that we take to our clothing. So there's new, renew, and save. New is all the new with tags item that we bring in from the eco-friendly brands that we're working with that we sell brand new. Renew then are those items that we are willing to buy back. Anything that is purchased in this store, as well as other places, as long as it's an eco-friendly brand on our approved brand list, we will give store credit for those items and keep them in circulation, sell them secondhand, lowering the initial cost, the overall cost of the item, and getting it into the hands of somebody else at a significantly reduced rate. Then save sort of encompasses everything else. And we don't talk about save much because frankly, it's sort of fallen by the wayside as far as my ability to keep track of save inventory it's a lot to be added to the all of the demands of the store and motherhood and all of the other things that are going on. I know you've got twins, you can relate to that. However, when it comes to you and the things that you are bringing out of people's homes, we're able to help in 2 ways. Mariah is going to be able, as well as one other organizer that we're working with, it's a very specific thing. There will never be save inventory in the store. This is designated for eco-friendly only. But we do still have these third-party platforms where we're selling on Poshmark and Mercari and eBay, and that is where our save inventory winds up, as well as end of season items from the store, or when we get down to the last of something and it's just kind of hard to merchandise. We use those third-party platforms for that. So we'll be working with Mariah for her clients who don't have a preference whether they get donated or sold, or if they prefer they be sold. Then we'll be working with Mariah to take in all of those save pieces, which we will then keep in circulation through our third-party platforms. And we also have a small relationship with 4 days that you mentioned. So you also have the opportunity to bring us those things too. Bring us the t-shirts with the holes in them and the yucky pillowcases and the textiles that we know do not belong in landfills, you can bring to us here and we will help ensure that they are properly recycled. Yeah, so
Now,
I'm really excited for that.
textile recycling, is that something that anyone could walk in and bring you textile recycling?
Yes, there is
Oh,
a fee associated with it. Thank you for asking that. It's a good
yeah,
question.
people
So
might be interested.
yeah. So we're partnered with 4 Days in the most basic way that anybody can do. You don't have to come to us, but we'd love for you to, because then we get that time with you. And we might also be able to join forces. So if you've just got a couple of items, you don't have to invest in a whole bag. We can fill up one. So the way 4 Days works is you get you give them $20. They send you a bag that's like 15 by 15 inches, and it's 24 by 24. What?
Fit a ton in those bags.
Yep. You can put up to 15 pounds in it. You ship it off, and then they will give you a $20 credit that you can use toward one of their affiliate programs and use it as a credit to get something else. We will be working with them in having their bags on site so people can still buy the bags. We don't charge anything extra. It's $20 no matter what. And they can take the bag, they can take the credit, they can do that if they choose, or they can leave their credit with us and we can put that credit toward a charitable organization. Specifically, we're working with the kids at Carmel High School who are underprivileged and needing some assistance, for job interviews, proms, specialty pieces that
That,
maybe. Yeah.
I love
So yes, anyone can bring their stuff here. It's a $20 fee no matter what. So I think that we should mention our giveaway, and I thought it was a nice little opportunity to sprinkle it in earlier because I'm so excited about it. But really, now is the time. So we're going to let you know now, for anyone who is watching, please stay tuned tomorrow. Jason's going to be creating a post that we'll be collaborating on, where you'll have the opportunity to win it's a $100 gift card to Afterglow Market and a consulting.
a 1 hour closet diagnostic. So it's really your hour to use however you choose, but that could mean walking through a couple of spaces or maybe just a space that's like the most anxiety ridden space in your home and figuring out some really quick wins for you. I'm happy to propose product while I'm there for that space, talk through like better ways to fold things so that you can maximize your drawer space, that type of thing. Just, you know, making your closet or your pantry, your kitchen, whatever you would like to use it for, function better for you and your family.
I love it. I want to win this. This is a really great giveaway. What a cool thing you're doing. So be on the lookout tomorrow. We'll have this post up. We'll be drawing a winner on Saturday. To be eligible to win, you must be liking both businesses on Instagram and then comment on that post with a friend who you think might also have an interest in both businesses. And boom, you're entered. We'll be drawing a winner on Saturday, and I'm excited to see who it is.
And we do service a 30-mile radius, so you do have to be relatively local to win as well.
That's a really good point. Thank you
From
for bringing.
my side.
Yes,
Yeah.
not fine. But if you happen to enter and you're really far away and you want to give it to somebody else, I'm just saying, I'm right here. I'm like minutes away.